Hi, it's Chantel here from Fiberific. This week we are going to be doing something to do with our gorgeous fibre scour. So I've noticed some conversations happening around, wondering how we treat our fibres and fleeces and things. So in this container I've got some hot water from the kettle. I'm purely using kettle water just because in Queensland we're not allowed to have our hot water systems above 50 degrees. And it's just not quite warm enough, so I recommend about sort of 60 to 70. You still want to be able to put your hands in it, but you do need it a bit warmer. So this container here holds about 3 litres if I filled it up, so I've only got about 2 litres in there. So I've just worked out how much fibre scour I want, about 7 ml for 2 litres. There's a little squeezy measurer on the side, just like your oil and car coolant things. You just sort of squeeze it until it fills up to where you want. Obviously you have it straight when you do that. Okay, so I've got about 7 mils in there for 2 litres of water. Now, I haven't tried it with this small amount before, but we are going to turn some of this beautiful dirty old Romney into this. They are exactly the same fleece. So because we do only have a small amount, I'm just going to grab a couple of locks here and there. Now, the thing I love about this particular fibre scour is that you can put your hands in it. It doesn't mess with my asthma. I have a lot of personally have a lot of breathing difficulties, so it's nice to be able to just breathe. There's some really good scours out there, but they're really heavy duty chemical ones, so I can't use them. So I found this particular one. It's Australian made, it's Queensland made, which is especially special for me because I'm a Queenslander. So as you can see, I'm just sort of dropping bits in. Normally I wouldn't be so careful, I just dump them in, but I want to make it so we can see them floating around in the water a bit. I have separated out the locks a little bit. Now, it's up to each individual person whether or not they separate the locks. I did not separate any locks when I just kicked the camera. I didn't separate the locks when I did this beautiful piece of BFL, what am I saying? It's bought a Leicester. It looked like, here it is. Sorry, I've got a table full of fluff. It looked like this, and I just dumped it straight in. Now, as you can see here, it's already changing over to that grey, which was just a shock. I actually thought I'd bought a brownish fleece. I just sort of got it a bit sight unseen. I got it sent up. It's from Sheila Kempsey's farm, and I just got it sent up. Now, I am a bit impatient, so you can see I'm playing with the fibres here a little bit. The water is not hot enough that it would felt. As long as you're not too rough, I'm just giving them a little, I just sort of put the tips between my fingers and just give it a little squish squish just to sort of open it up a little. Nothing too dramatic. Now, that's it. They're done. They're ready to come out. Now, you can, this particular fleece, while it was not grey, it has cleaned up quite easily. So I'm just going to lay that here on the towel and let that dry out. Now, this particular fibre scour, this water's not all that dirty, so what I'm going to do is I've got this little handful of stuff that I had there. So normally the instructions on the bottle say 20 mils per 10 litres. So, and then you just leave it in there and just sort of push it down and make sure that you're opening the fibres up a little so that the actual mixtures of the natural oils can get inside the tips. Otherwise you do end up, where's one here? You do end up with some bits like this. See how you can see the darker section there that hasn't quite cleaned up enough? It was just too tightly spun. I didn't twist its ends enough. Now, you literally can put it in, walk away, let the water get cold and come back and check it later. I personally am not that patient. I fluff around with it and I don't have any problems with anything sort of felting or getting too caught up in it. But you can see that even in the few minutes that this has been in dirty water, it's already started to clean up quite nicely. So, but you can just see how much came out. This water was clean a minute ago and really not clean now. Now, you don't even have to rinse this particular formulation out of your fibre. There's nothing in there that'll hurt it. You can give it a rinse if you really want to. It will get out grease out of merino and things like that. And the other thing that it will do is I had this terrible, terrible mohair. Now, when I say terrible, the actual mohair itself is stunning. But I got it in like this. It's very dirty and clumpy, and I felt a little gypped when I first got it. But then when I washed it up, it gets 2 to 3 runs in the bath to get it to this beautiful lustrous white. Now this is a second clip because I like the second clip personally. But this is how we use the Tantech Fibre Scour. We just be patient a little bit and put it in the water. Really, you just follow the instructions on the bottle and it does a fantastic job. Just smells a bit tea tree, oily, melaleuca-y. There's no harsh chemicals. There's a little bit of surfactant in there just to get through the dirt, but that's it. The thing to remember about scouring is it does not generally get your veggie matter out. So if you see veggie matter out, wait till it dries and then pick it out. But it generally just releases any sort of trapped dirt and any lanolin, oils, greases from the animals themselves. So I'm going to pull this out. And I just give it a little gentle squash in my hands and then just lay it out. And that's going to come up beautifully. And that's it. So that's how I use the Tantech Fibre Scour. I hope that this is helpful to you. It's time for you to fill your universe with fibre fun. Off you go. I'll see you next time.